Yeah, absolutely important conversation right there. But also, you know, the coronavirus has become a topic for many conversations as of late. A lot of businesses and schools have temporarily closed down, you know, in attempt to curb the virus from spreading, emphasizing on personal hygiene and also, you know, social distancing, to be more specific.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Even putting out travel bans. Now, one of our friends, Expresso presenter Search and 3 finalist, Deen Woodman, actually went to Spain for 2 weeks.
Living his best life.
Living his best life on vacation, but is now back in South Africa and has been put in quarantine. So we're going to catch up with him just to find out how the whole journey has been and how he's doing on day 2 of quarantine. So Deen, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Hi, Deen Woodman. Listen, it's so sad that we actually have to video call you. We can't have you in studio or in one of, you know, Cape Town's beautiful beaches.
No t-shirt on.
But I believe that you've been placed in self-quarantine for 14 days. How has that been?
Well, it's only day 3, quickly, and that's been an experience already, right? So there's only, you think there's so much that you want to do, but you start realizing that there's not that much that you can do.
Yes.
Besides, you know, doing some books, if that is something that you do, which is something I don't do. And then you've got things like watching series or catching up on cleaning up the room, catching up on cleaning up the house, and then you tell you do all of those things.
Yeah.
Take us through
So
it.
it's been an experience.
Take us through it. When you came back into the country, what was the first thing that was done to you? Were you in straight isolation? Did they take your temperatures? We want to know it all.
Well, you see, in the last 3 days that I was in Spain, in Madrid, they literally started shutting down the city. And what happened was you started to see that not a lot of people were outside anymore. Restaurants started closing down. Clubs started closing down. And less people on the metro and on the public transport. Literally to such a stage that you're eventually inside the hotel and the apartments and people are talking to each other across the alleyways through the windows. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of the videos where people are starting to clap for all the people in the ambulances and the medics and the doctors that are trying to help those out with the coronavirus. So when I traveled back and I was only on the plane, I mean, and I'm sure you've seen the picture, I literally had gloves, mask, everything on. And for that full 19-hour travel, that's how you traveled. Just to make sure that you didn't either infect anybody else because you're not sure if you have it, or if you get infected by somebody on the plane. And that's difficult. Let me tell you, to sleep with that mask on is not the best thing. And then when you get to Cape Town International, there's actually a section just before immigration where they actually scan your body, and it's a heat scanner. And that heat scanner either picks up that your temperature is extremely high, or it picks up that you're okay. And I picked up fine, like it didn't show anything. But I do know that I had symptoms of a runny nose and symptoms of a cough. So the night I came home, I literally brought extra masks and gloves, gave it to my stepdad and my mom. And I said, listen, you put this on before I get inside. And I walked straight into my section of the house, and that's where I stayed. After you saw the president's speech, I decided, listen, let me go to one of the NCID centers, which is in Tygerberg Hospital.
Please repeat that. Where did you go?
Tygerberg Hospital.
Okay.
And at Tygerberg Hospital, what they do is it's a series of questions because the test is it's quite a long procedure, right? So at Tygerberg Hospital, what happens is you actually get asked questions, preliminary questions in the beginning. Like, do you have the symptoms? Because, you know, there's people that get scared. There was literally a lady in front of me and she said, no, I had a sneeze this morning. And they were like, no, it's fine. You know, we're not going to test you. You should be okay, but we'll give you a letter to say that you've come through. But I've got to commend the doctors. I mean, the setup is quite awesome and how they do it. You literally get there. They ask you the questions. They ask you if you've got any pain in your body. And what they start asking you is things that you don't actually realize that you possibly had while you were overseas. So they asked me, like, did you ever at one moment wake up in the morning and have a sore throat? I was like, well, actually, you know what, 5 days ago I did. And then they're like, okay, and ever at high temperature, and you think about it, and you're like, yeah, I had tomato one day because I didn't feel too well. And that's how they realize that, listen, you need to be tested. And when they test you, they literally changing their clothes every single, or they, what do you call it, the swabs that they wear, the drips that they wear, they're actually changing that every time for each person they check. The test itself is an interesting one. You know, they told me they're going to take a swab of my nose.
Ooh.
And I thought like a normal earbud. But this thing is 10 centimeters long because they're going to get right to the back. And that is painful because your eyes literally start tearing up because you're not used to them getting to the back. But they need to get there because that's where the virus sits.
Yeah.
So I'm on day 3 of quarantine and I should get results back tomorrow.
Okay.
But either way, you've got to self-isolate yourself for 14 days because this virus just needs to get over. It's like a really bad flu, if I can put it to you that way.
That's what I wanted to touch
explained.
on very briefly, Dean. Sorry for cutting you off. But what precautionary measures are you currently taking, seeing as you are currently living with people?
Yeah, so I am in total self-isolation. I literally wear a mask every time I leave my room. I have my own cutlery. I have my own cups, my own sauces. If I leave this room, mask is on and gloves is on. If I touch anything, I literally clean it with disinfectant or sanitary, like a cupboard, a light, small things. If you think about it, a door, opening up the fridge, those type of stuff. I just because older people are gonna be worse off if they get it.
Yes.
Like I'm healthy, I'm fit, so it might just feel like a cold to me. But somebody else could get it that has a heart problem or has diabetes or has high blood pressure or low blood pressure, it's going to affect them. One of the doctors gave me a very good explanation at Tiger. Straight after you leave, they ask you for a list of who you've been in contact with. As soon as you send that off, you get a video from Tiger Hospital of a doctor explaining to you what's happening. And what they explained was the normal flu gets contacted and can be transmitted at 0.94 times between people. The coronavirus is at 2.6.
Wow, that's
So that
more
means
than double.
it's just that double and that quicker to go and it's that much stronger. But if you take the precautions, you should be fine. I think everybody that's traveled should do the responsible thing. Even if they're feeling fine, they definitely should go to Tiger Hospital and just get themselves self-quarantined and checked out. It's the responsible thing to do.
Deen, we wish we could speak to you all day long, but hopefully when you are back out of quarantine, you'll be back in studio with us. But for now, maybe you can give us some home tips how to work out in self-isolation. But we do look forward to hearing from you soon. But all the best, and we look forward to speak to you soon, okay?
Thanks, James.
Thank you, Deen.
Bye.